race on this Friday night after that exciting Talladega finish. Boston Strong got that win off fuel strategy, which, man, Shaft must be a little ticked at himself not being able to save just a little more gas. He almost had that win. Second race going to Mid-Ohio for Elevated Racing Group's Pro Series. Joining the race now. Let's see where they're at on track. War, were you gonna join too, or?
Yeah, I'm definitely joining in on this one, Nick.
Nice, thank you, sir. So I'm just gonna open up Boston's feed here as we're loading into the track. This Mid-Ohio race, again, the series is always 50% races, 3 times wear. This one's gonna be 38 laps, about 9 laps first stage, about 10 second, and 19 for the final. Looks like we're coming in here at the tail end of the first lap. The 18 and the 7 are going at it. 18 was 18 at Boston Strong again. He's covering for Matt. He doesn't really know the track all too well. We didn't go to this track last year. He hasn't had much practice time, so he's got this 30. Oh, the 7 goes right into him, pushes him out of the way.
18 up the track.
How would you feel about that right now, Hor? If you were the 18?
I think it's a little too soon to be that aggressive. Right now I would just be focusing on getting a good finish.
Wow, that's 7
of
of Flux. You see that right there? That's 7 of Flux, who got around the 18 on one of the stretches, goes into the grass, and to get back onto the grass, hits the tail of the 18. Luckily, the 18 didn't spin around, but he's got a few car lengths on him. Let's see how long it takes for this 18 to get acclimated with the track.
Most definitely. This is one of these tracks you can't just show up race day and be fast. You got to run laps. You got to log laps. There's just something about this track you got to get familiar with.
Yeah,
every
man.
single time you race here.
Yeah, you said it. You said it right. That's exactly it. You can't just show up. You got to know what you're doing. So it looks like we're hitting the 3rd lap. We got 7 to go. Boston's about 2.8 seconds from the leader. He's just about hitting his record lap times, but I think going by the community chat, Down and Out Racing was saying, hey, I'm going to have the fastest car here. Looks like the 3 goes off the track, the 00 gets by him, and the 2 is coming up to that 7. That 7, do you think he's just trying to overdrive the car? Do you think he should just try to be a little more patient with himself, learn the track a bit?
Yeah, most definitely. If you're not too familiar with this track, the first thing you need to do is just stay calm, take it easy. You tend to drive faster when you're driving slower.
Right. You got to be a little more patient. Get on the gas when you need to. Don't
Oh,
slide that car.
Grass.
Yep, exactly. This 2 car, he's gonna, Shaft. I feel like he's gonna make his way up there, and I can't wait to see how that's gonna work. Boston was about 2.5 seconds behind, but again, he hasn't had all of that practice.
18 in the grass.
And exactly, yeah, see, he hasn't had all that practice, so he's losing that time. Shaft is still quite a bit far back on him, so he's got some breathing room, but I'm sure he wants to keep that 2nd place. It looks like the 3 car off the track again, 00 gets around him. I know Grandpappy. I know that he needs to get into his own rhythm, and we'll see less of that from him moving on, less of him going off track. He's going to figure out his braking points, what gear he needs to be in. He'll be all right at the end.
Yep, more reputations, like from lap 1, you traditionally get better by the end of the race.
Oh yeah, completely.
Just by running and logging those laps.
Lap after lap, that's what you need to do. Figuring out this track. Unfortunately, the game doesn't have a track map, so that's always tough. And the 3 just takes it a little too deep.
I remember my first time here.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
No, no. I know what you mean. That 88 though, he looks like he's trying to do what we were saying with being slow and not necessarily slow, but being cautious, making sure. One thing you gotta do is keep the car on the track.
Yep, that's the first thing. That's the first rule of racing. You keep your car on the track, and once you get to know and acclimate this track, you may be there at the end.
Yeah, really.
Keep yourself in the running. You can't go laps down. You can't be wrecking your car, having to pit because you're overdriving the turn. Just do
Alright.
everything you can. Keep the car on the track, and be there at the end.
Looking at the leader now, and let's take a lap with him. Lap takes about a minute 24, 25 seconds to get around this track at Mid-Ohio. He's real clean. Down and out racing here. He's pretty much the series director.
It looked like
He's
the
got a
18
nice
may have
round.
hit the grass again back in about 2 turns ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He's fallen to 13 seconds away from the leader.
It very well just could be, he doesn't have his setup in yet, too. Like he
Right?
may be a lot faster, after these guys pit after stage one.
Yeah. The thing is, does he know what he wants to do? He found out probably not even an hour before the start of that Dagger race that he was going to be filling in for someone. And he may not even know what he needs to do to this car.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's smart.
This would definitely be one of the last tracks I'd want to get a late call for. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, as we finish up that lap with that leader, I mean, that was just clean. I like how he enters one. He goes below that rumble strip. He really cut it very well. Just take a look at this 18, see how he's driving like a madman. Coming around one,
Looks like
gets
the
a little
7 went a
wide.
lap down.
Oh, that's too bad. He was driving it pretty tough. I don't know, maybe if he had to pit. It's 0-0 of Harvick. He's showing pretty strong. He may be just trying to be conservative as well.
Oh, 18 in the grass.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's actually kind of fun. Let's go over to this 18 car. This is he's really wheeling this thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's a handful right now, Nick.
Yeah, it does. It's hard with these slider setups too. You might not be able to get that gearing in there that you want. One thing with me in road courses is I like to play with the gearing so that I can get out of corners and the tires will grab, not spin, and I try to make it where I don't need to shift all the time. But you can tell the 18's
It's
getting better and
definitely
better.
a very smart move to do when you do custom setups on a track like this.
Yeah. So
I'm not necessarily a road course racer, but I got good friends that help me out, and
yeah.
I've definitely learned from the best. You in Boston at road courses,
Well,
you
I'm
guys
blushing.
definitely got me beat.
I mean, you got your teammates there. I know that up front had a great showing last year in this series.
He did.
He was definitely a tough one to beat.
Yeah. It always seemed like I was about 1 second behind him. I just couldn't break that barrier. It's just like
Yeah.
something was just holding me there.
Well, you're always consistent, but he's just, he's as consistent as well.
Most definitely, he's a great racer.
Yeah. Big D's too. I don't think he's given road courses enough of a chance, but I know if he does, he'll grow to really, really enjoy them. Looks like Boston's coming up on that 88 now. 88 went a lap
88,
down.
yes.
88. Maybe he saw that 18 coming and wanted to get out of his way. If so, that's really. I hope that's what he did, and not that he's just overdriving the car like that. Shaft Nations is still about 13 seconds behind Boston. I don't see him really making up much ground. But the 3 car is doing a lot better getting around these corners. He may have slowed down a bit much, but it's good. It's better to be cautious than spinning around. So we go back to the leader. And we can hear the leader shifting too. It's, you know, you wonder if people have different tendencies. Because I was
7 in the sand.
7 in the sand. Well, let's see if you can get around that 88. The one thing for me is, you know, I try to practice different gears that I can be in, even with these sliders. Like, should I downshift into second, or should I try and hold it in third and keep the momentum? And after you get around these sharp turns after the long stretches, you kind of got these S's that go up and down hills. And I started just driving it in third, and it felt alright doing that, you know, because sometimes when you're changing elevation, you downshift to second, the car keeps going up, but the track goes down. You can lose a lot of weight and spin out in second.
Definitely, yes. They'll get loose in the rear end usually when you do that.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Boston's cut that lead down. Boston has a new fast lap for himself, a 1:23.877. And Boston's cut the lead down to 12.6 seconds. So it looks like the reigning champion is finally woken up, figured out this track a bit. Let's see if he could learn a little bit more, get those lap times better. I don't know about you, but you ever like get a fast lap time and then like early on in a race you get a fast lap time and then you have a hard time hitting that again? Did that ever happen to you? Not really.
Oh, yeah.
You always get faster.
Well, you know, whatever you classify my fast, you know, everybody runs at different speeds, but like my fast lap, my personal fast laps, I run into that almost every race. I'll run one really fast lap, then the rest of the race I'll run like a tenth or two off, you know, consistently.
Yeah, one thing that you got to try and do is like remember how you got that fast lap. You know, Boston just hit his fast lap, and hopefully he knows what he did to get that.
Yeah, at these long road courses, you know, a good memory is always a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with your downshift points and, you know, what gear you need to be in turn 1 or 3 or, you know.
Yeah, that's true. So we just came to the end of stage 1 and down and out racing in that 98 gets that stage win. Way to go. And Boston second. Looks like Shaft is probably going to get third.
Oh, 88 spinning.
88 spinning. And the 7 in fourth. 7 of Flux AF. Harvick in the 00, fifth. Grand Poppy in sixth. And Dale Jr. fan went a lap down. He'll get that lap back here, though, as the lucky dog.
You know, I think we might actually see something a little different on this restart. You know, like these guys that came out here and they were just, you know, starting out their laps for the race. You know, they all got a good feel for this track now. So I'm betting we're going to see something maybe a little bit different on this restart now that these guys have gotten used to this track.
Wow, War, that's a good point. You think they're going to be a little more aggressive now that they kind of got down the track a little better?
Yep, they're all going to feel a little more comfortable with this track right now.
Oh, this will be cool to see. Looks like the 3 didn't pit. Maybe he's got something going that he knows he can do. He goes for the lead. That 98 on the outside, 13 on the inside. He didn't really pick up much ground on the others, but he does.
18 on the inside.
Oh, the 3 may have
3 in the grass.
Gone in the grass. It didn't look like the 18 helped him there, but
you got a 3-car dogfight for the lead.
Wow, the 2 drove that corner. That corner's easy. That corner's easy to overdrive.
They did really good going through that turn.
Wow, yeah, getting around the 2.
Very impressive.
Very. Looks like the 18 was able to pull out in second there. The 7 is overshooting that corner.
He's hot.
Wow, yeah, you saw Boston kind of move around because he saw that car coming up quick. 00 in third, and the 2 is trying to regain his senses. Looks like the 88 may have went off-road there.
The
Yep, he's
three's
still
also in the
off-road.
grass. 18 on the inside.
Oh, pass for the lead.
Oh, we got a new leader.
New leader 18 in Boston Strong. Is he going to be able to set sail, or is this 98 going to get his tires where he needs them? Oh, 18 cuts that corner a little hard, like too wide. 98 cuts it nice and sharp. Yeah, the 18's really trying to get back to him. It's kind of hurting him.
You know, I've been watching the 98 car these last couple races, and he's had a lot of speed lately. I don't know if he's putting NOS in that tank, but he's definitely been impressing me, for sure.
Yeah, right? He's hitting a button, getting a little extra horsepower out of this bad boy. Nah, he's really improved a lot. It's really nice to see. You can tell he puts a lot of time and effort into the races for every 2 weeks. You know, that's what's really going to show if you're going to get a win or not. Some of these guys, you know, if they get upset they didn't get a win, maybe you should have spent a little more time practicing.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you got to put, time into effort equals a victory. You don't put no time into it, chances are you're not going to win a race.
That's it. Words of wisdom by Professor War Machine here.
Times MC square.
Yeah. So these top two pulled away a lot from third and fourth place.
Yeah, this race here looks like it might turn out to be a 2 or 3 car race here. They're just kind of in their own class right now on this track.
The 7 has improved a ton since that first stage. You know, he didn't fall back a lot. He's not going off track as much as he was. He's kind of staying with that 2. He's still learning. So we'll see how the 7 of Flux AF does. You know, looking at the points before tonight, Shaft Nation, he was in first with 3 wins with 318 points. Matt in the 18, he's new. He only has 180 points, but he's got 1 win that puts him in second. Down and out, 312 points, so he's not too far points-wise from Shaft, about 6 behind. Grand Poppy in fourth in points, 302. And at 300 is Harvick, 234 is Wolf Smokey, and 176 again is Fluff. Whoa, look at that 2 go around the 00. What a move. That 7 had a nice show right in front of him. The 00 is trying to get his senses back after that. The 2 goes a little wide. The 7 pulls up right on the outside of that 00. The 00 kind of pushes him off the track a little bit, but keeps him on.
Right now that 7, he just needs to get off the throttle a little bit and let those guys go by, you know. Regather your thoughts, regather your car, and then go back at it.
Yeah. You know, it looks like the 7's really trying to pick up ground. Oh, it looked like the 98 went off track going into that turn, and the 18 got around him. That's such a fast turn to come up on. Well, the turn itself isn't fast, but that straightaway is, and you got to make sure you hit your points, or else you're going right in the sand trap.
Well, Boston
18 did it too.
Car.
He's able to hold that inside.
Contact.
He knew that was coming. He had to stay down at the bottom. He was gonna cut to the bottom. The 98 got there. He moved up a bit.
I think he's gonna get the edge here off this turn.
Nice angle there for the 18. 98 just gets a little tight, moves up the track.
Loose.
He's gonna have to find something. Boston hit his fastest lap last time, a 1:23.271. Sure, that's not what Bobby would want to hear right now, or I'm sorry, down and out.
Yeah, most definitely not. That 123 is a whale of a lap. That's going to be a hard.
Yeah.
You get to running those laps consistent, you're going to have to. You know, it's a hard lap to beat. You ain't going to beat that lap.
Yeah. as there is a car right in front of our leaders here off the track. It looks like it's the 88. Is he going to stay down there? He does. He lets those leaders by. He's still trying to figure out this track. We saw him at Dega. He was loose here. He may have to practice a little more. Try to find that right slider setup. 18's pulling away now. Slows down. Is he going to slow down enough? He did almost the exact same thing he did last lap, but I don't think that... Is the 98 going to... Ah, man, that was pretty much a mirror image of the last one.
Yep. He's overdriving these turns. That's what's hurting him right now.
It is. You know, it's tough when you got someone in your mirror. You want to enter faster than the other guy, but doing that's going to screw up your exit. And the 98 goes back around, but the 18's there. 18 thinks better of it, gets off the gas. He'll try and set him up at a different part of the track. Some great battling here for first. 98 up the track. 18 gets there, but this left-hander through the grass. Looks like...
We got some lap traffic up ahead.
Uh-oh. Where are they going to catch him? Is that's the 3 car? And remember, the 3 car didn't pit.
Oh, they're hit.
Uh-oh. 98, wow, what a save by that 98. Slow down, guys. Great job. Great job. We got the 3. Is the 3 aware that these leaders are behind him?
So I'd hope so, because that's, you know, you start blocking lead cars and you're slowing them down. There's a high possibility that you can go for a little spin down in the grass.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the ride he wants to take tonight. Oh no, and it looks like he is holding him up a tiny bit, but the 18 is still overdriving it. The 3 moves over for the 98. 98 gets through. Is the 3 gonna hold that 18 off? Nope. It didn't hold him up too bad. The 3 was trying what he could, and then I think he realized that they're just a little too fast for me right now. There's no point. Let him by. So we just crossed the line. We got 3 to go in the second stage. Boston gets a great run off turn 1. That left-hander, he gets to the outside of the 98. Whoa, 18 just cut down on that 98. I think he feels bad. He knew.
He feels bad. Yeah, he's checking up.
Yeah, I don't. That definitely wasn't purposeful. You saw him get on the grass right before that happened. I think he was trying to get back on track. Once it did get on track, the tires were still turned.
That was definitely a gentleman move right there.
Yeah, I'm sure if we were listening to their radios, you know, be saying my bad, my bad, my bad. And you know, these guys race together all the time. I'm sure Down and Out didn't think anything malicious about that move. I mean, he can't. He knows Boston wouldn't do that. So if I was the 98, I don't know about you, but seeing this nice lead, I'd try to get back in my rhythm. Try not to overdrive it. Hope that 18 overdrives it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like right now, this point of race, if I was the 98 car, I wouldn't even be looking in my rearview mirror if I have a second lead on him. Because all that'll do is slow you down.
That's right. Yeah, you look up for a second at that mirror, going this fast, you can miss your corner completely.
Yep, most definitely.
Boston just barely off track. Good job keeping it around turn 2 there for Boston. He may have slowed down a little too much, got on the grass on the inside, but saved it from going into the sand trap on the outside. Looks like Boston's figuring out that turn 3. Here we go into those S's, like I was talking about. and he's looking pretty smooth. Trying to listen to the gears, there's shifting points. See what gears they're going into. Looks like he just went down to second, and then coming around to the second to last corner, goes back down to second. The 98 washes up the track, and they're gonna come to one to go right here. Is the 18 gonna capitalize on the 98's mistake? He's on the inside coming to this left-hander turn one. 98 is real good going through one. He exits real well. The 18 entered well, but went a little too wide off, and that's exactly what that 98 wanted to see. Great save by the 98 after having that little mishap. They're in second gear, up to third, fourth. Oh no, he was in first, now he's in fourth. Down to third, second, 98 up the track, first.
I think the nerves might be getting to the 98 a little bit.
Oh, he gets a nudge by the 18. 18 meant it that time.
Racing.
Yeah, that is. The 98 got a little slow, and that, you know, the 18 was running. Yeah, he had that momentum. He had the speed. 98 lost it. 18 was like, that's where I'm going to be. So if you didn't screw that up, this wouldn't have happened. I would not blame the 18 one bit. Looks like we're going to have a new stage finisher for this race tonight, as Down and Out had the first stage. We've spent a lot of time on those leaders. I'd like to see where these other guys are out.
I'll tell you what, Nick, I've been watching this 7 car these last few laps, and he's been getting a lot better getting around this track, much cleaner. I think he may be a possible contender here on this next restart.
See, that would be great to see, you know, and he did get a third place finish in that stage. Shaft wasn't able to catch up to him, but you never know. There's still a lot of laps left. So we had first with Boston with that nice bump on that last lap in the second stage, Down and Out. Second, Flux third. Shaft was fourth. Harvick fifth. Grand Poppy sixth. And Dale Jr. Fan seventh. And Grand Poppy and Dale Jr. Fan are both a lap down. You know, we saw that Grand Poppy did not pit at the end of stage one, and I hope he understands that that was not a smart move to do. He got eaten alive. What I think, you know, he's the first car lap down, so definitely I would want to pit because he's going to get the lucky dog anyways. Dale Jr. Fan's going to stay a lap down since he is pitting. So he's probably going to be wishing for another caution to get back on that lead lap. As we're going green.
Yeah, most definitely. After the end of a stage, you need to pit every single time, you know, because that's what everybody else is going to do.
Yeah.
You ain't going to make it 2 stages on 1 tank of fuel.
No, not at all. I wonder if Grand Poppy just forgot to hit X.
Oh, 98 and the 18.
The 18 gets stuck in the grass a bit. That brings the 2 and the 7 alongside him. The 2 looks like he's going to clear him.
Oh, 18 got rear-ended.
Yeah, that 7 entering corners, I'd be scared to have him behind me. That 2 is going to have to run real strong to be able to keep that second place, but I don't know if he's got the track time, the lap count that these other drivers may have to hold it. No, he lets the 18 by. I think that was a smart move, and as we see in the background, I think the 00 forgot to brake and went off track. Yep, the 00. The 2 got passed by the 7, and there we go. You know, like you said, that 7 is throwing off some nice laps. Looks like the 3 off track a bit, the 88 around him, but again the 88's still lapped down. 98's put a bit of a gap on the 18 as the 18 gets in the grass. Can he keep it clean? Oh, the 7's there, the 7's pushing him. 18's pushing the 7. Oh man, this is gonna be a battle.
Oh, 7 shouldn't have cut that corner off like that, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes you got to take what you can get on these last stages.
Yeah. He's saying, there's nowhere else for me to go, and I'm faster. I was faster right there, so I'm gonna take it. Let's see what the 7 can do. First time seeing him in second place. Pretty clean. This 18 is right on his tail. They're 2 seconds behind the leader. The leader would love to see this right now. Let those guys battle. The 2 hasn't fallen off too much. I think he's figuring things out. So it keeps looking like, these guys are, the 7 and the 18 are running these corners completely different than each other. You see the gap close and then open and then close and open, like, they have different braking points. One's trying to make up ground in the entrance, one in the exit, and if this 18 keeps getting held up, do you think he's gonna lose his patience? Oh, as the 7 goes into the grass, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I think most definitely he would have. Unfortunate for the 7 that happened. But to answer your question, last stage, someone's slower than you. You got to get by them. Don't wreck the guy, but bump him up the track a little bit. I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, I've been here for a while. Kind of holding me up, and you're probably gonna be holding yourself up by watching me. The 7 in the
Yeah.
grass. Is he able to get back on track and keep it clean? He is. So now Grandpappy's got that 18 car, Boston Strong. Or no, I'm sorry, not Grandpappy. Down and Out has that Boston Strong 18 car behind him,
Looks like the
trying to eat
98
into the
got loose there.
gap. Yeah, he did. But wow, he regained his composure pretty well. Although the lead did cut half a second, and the lead is just closing and closing. I'd like to thank, if we got any viewers, thanks for joining us tonight. This is Enoch and War Machine taking a look at Elevated Racing Group's Pro Series at Mid-Ohio. We're at lap 27, about to hit lap 28 of 40 and we're in the final stage here tonight. Not sure what's going to happen on fuel, if they're going to need to get gas or not. It's
I'm
a good
thinking
way
they
to
are, Nick.
play strategy. I think they are too, but it's like, should I take, how much gas should I take? Or can I save fuel? Boston's getting close to his record lap time. He was about a little under 4/10 off of his fast lap of the day. And, down and out, he's running pretty consistent laps too, around the same. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, most definitely, Nick. But like there's one thing that's harder than driving a car with no one in your rearview mirror. It's driving in the lead with Boston in your rearview mirror. If there's one person that's gonna get up to your rear bumper, he's one of the guys you got to watch out for usually.
Yeah, ain't that the truth, man? Like,
Definitely makes it a lot harder to
yeah,
maintain your composure when you got somebody within 5/10 of you.
yeah, if there's
Breathing
anything,
down your
man,
neck.
if there's anything, he is uh, one of the calmest guys on track. He really gets in the zone and he's able to hit his marks extremely consistent, and it's gonna be tough to be that 98 right now, but you can tell he's practiced a lot. I don't think he's feeling the pressure that I would if I had Boston Strong behind me. The lead did drop down to half a second, but that doesn't make it. That doesn't necessarily mean this 18 is going to be able to get around the 98. The 98 may be a little slower right now, but when you look at their lines, he looks a lot cleaner than the 18. I really like how they get around the next few corners. I like the 98's line. He gets up there, cuts down, keeps it towards the bottom, goes up, out, gets that right-hander right on the rumble strips, stays with the yellow.
Looks like
Very
he might have a
nice.
little better turn in his car.
Yeah,
He's keeping it on those rumble strips almost every turn.
that's for sure. One thing though with Boston is that guy's always on the edge. You know, he's always on that racing edge, and that may be what's giving him a little time. Maybe down and out, doesn't want to try and hit that edge because he's so consistent. As the lead moved up to a second, Boston's going to lose a bit there. It goes to about 2 seconds, a little over 2 seconds, about 3. Wow, 11 laps to go here, guys.
Boston may want to think about some pit strategy coming up here shortly.
Yeah, I think so. We have Flux in third. He's about 12 seconds behind. Shaft Nation isn't far back from him, just under 2 seconds behind the 7. So we take a look at Harvick. He could possibly go a lap down. He's 62 seconds behind. So he's got to hold on 20 seconds. He's got to keep that, or else he's going to get passed. Grand Papi trying to finish this lap out. He goes onto the grass. He's got to have to work with his brakes a little bit and getting back to that gas. 98 or 88 looks like he may have spun around after turn 1. That car is pretty damaged, so he's going to have a lot of repair to do. As we go back to the 98, he's got a 3-second lead now on Boston. He really capitalized on. Oh, he's hitting pit road.
They're pitting.
That was a beautiful entrance. I hope he wasn't speeding. That was pretty quick. Boston seems like he was able to get down to speed. Now, that could ruin his race for down and out if he did, in fact, speed there. I don't know what these guys are going to do. Let's see who gets out of the pit box first.
Right now, my pit strategy is to get 4 Goodyear Eagles, Goodyear tires, and fill her up.
Man, well they had.
I wouldn't do a 2-tire stop.
I think they went no tires and a can. No tires, and that was a 7.5 second stop for the 18. He's now 2.6 seconds behind down and out. Flux is in the lead.
If I was down and out with that 3 or 4 second lead, I probably would have took 4 tires.
Yeah.
Knowing that Boston Strong, driver of the 18, would only been 3 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah.
Versus my 4 tires to his 2.
Yeah, you have to think about the tire fall off. Those in this race that did practice, they could have tried those different strategies. What is my car going to be like on no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires? What's the difference with lap times? Is it worth it to go 0? Or is the guy at 4, like you said, being 3 seconds back, is he going to be able to make up 3 seconds within a certain amount of laps? Now, it's possible that down and out did take 2, but I believe that Boston did not take any tires.
No tires.
Flux is 12 seconds ahead of the leader. I'm sorry, he is the leader. He's 12 seconds ahead of down and out in second. Boston's keeping around a 2.5 second margin between him and second. '88 is stuck on the sand trap. He may be done for today. As the 98 is pulling up to the 3. So we saw this before. Oh, the 3 may have been running out of gas. Let's take, or he just slowed down for the other drivers. The 88 is back on track, of course, right in front of the 98. He was on the sand trap for a while. I don't know what he was doing sitting there. Is he trying to ruin these guys' day? Oh. The 3 just barely gets into that 18. The 88 does let the 98 by.
Tire, did he?
Oh man, it's possible. Oh, the 18 and the 88 kind of get into it. 88 spun around. I don't think there's going to be a caution for that. Flux now only has a 10.5 second lead. I wonder if he's trying to save, which is giving him a slower lap time. Boston just crossed for 8 to go, and he's still 2.3 seconds behind second place at Down and Out. Looked like Down and Out had a slow entry there, but Boston was
Down
able
and
to
Out
keep
got
it.
2 tires. It's going to be hard for Boston Strong to catch him if he took none.
Oh yeah. You know, it's funny that you said, how you said the whole pressure, feeling pressure from Boston, and it's extremely impressive seeing that Down and Out isn't letting that get to him. He's got the series champion, the reigning champion for the series right behind them, and he's giving him a run for his money. But it looks like the 98 got a little squirrely there. 18 catches right back up to him within a second.
Tell you what, if Down and Out can win this race and not let Boston get to him, I'm going to start calling him the Iceman.
My gosh, I love that. Let's do it.
I've been racing with Boston for a long time now, and we battle each other almost every single week, and there's still times where I get a little on edge when I see him in my rearview mirror. So if he can do it, that's his new nickname.
Well, wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you just heard that, those are words I've never heard spoken from Mr. War Machine here. You have got the composure, you've got the consistency, you've got the cool, and the 98 up the track. Oh no! And the 18 gets through him. It may have gotten to him. Oh,
you didn't lose much.
Gosh.
You're still within probably 2/10.
Yeah. And they're coming up.
That 98 needs to widen out those turns a little bit before entrance.
Yeah.
If he wants to make up any ground on that 18 car.
Yeah, but again, he can't overdrive it and try too hard to get to that 18, or else he's going to have a bad time exiting these corners. I think the 98 has practiced here so much. I think he knows little tricks that he can do. The 7 on pit road drops the lead. Boston takes the lead. Is he going to get 2 for 2 tonight, driving in that 18 for Matt 211? I'm sure Matt's going to love to see that.
18 got a good run off there.
Gosh,
looks like he pulled away.
Man, he did.
98's going to try to make it up here in this turn, it looks like.
Little too quick.
He did make up some good ground.
Little too quick on the entrance, kind of pushed him out for the exit. I don't know if he could get in the... What is going on there?
18 what in the wall.
What was that, 18?
I think he hit the blade of grass and just lost
I think he did. Man, who would have thought? Who would have thought that the 18 would have done that? Again, his tires are kind of shot. He's showing them now 68 on the left front. 62 on the left front, 68 on the right front, and then the rears go 71, 74. I don't know where Down and Out is with that, but he's got a comfortable lead. He needs to ride this thing out for about 6 more laps. Or about 5.5 more laps. The lead is now 2.3 seconds. It was 3. I don't know how Boston just made up a second. Holy cow, is Boston floating.
Might as well just start playing the Jaws theme song.
Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, man, I think you're right.
We'll see who wins, the closer or the Iceman.
Yeah, there's 5 to go here. Let's see if Down and Out can keep it together. We're watching from that 98, looking back on the 18. he doesn't want to see that car get larger. One and a half seconds, 1.4 seconds. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, dude. How badly do you want to be in this race right now, War? Would you want to be in this?
Uh, yeah, I'd race it. I'm not a road course driver, but I enjoy running.
Yeah, man, there's 38 laps for you to figure it out, and I think that you
Yeah,
prepare pretty
it might
well.
not be enough, but yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, I would too, and I'd be okay with just running clean laps, and we'll see. But the lead is down to 1.1 seconds, a little under that. The 98 is cautious getting into turns. He's got a pretty good exit. The 18 made up a ton of ground right there. He really made some moves through those corners. 98 kind of hit the grass. But
So Nick, do you know if Down and Out Racing has a win yet this season?
yeah, he does not. He does have a playoff point, but he doesn't have a win.
He might, like that makes it a whole different ballpark. When you're in the lead and you only got a couple laps left and you don't got no win yet, he's not going to be, letting off that throttle and letting anybody, go by him. He's
No,
hungry.
no. Honestly, that's an awesome point. Or like, think about it. The guy behind you isn't even a series regular, and he wants this win. He's gonna be a tough guy to pass. I think he's gonna cover a lot of ground on this track, but he still needs to drive those consistent lines, because now, as we look back from that 98, that 18 is getting bigger. There's about half a second gap between the two. He needs to move it.
From my observation, it looks like the 98's overdriving the turns and the 18's underdriving the turns, which gives them better exit.
Yeah. Oh, the 18 gets into the 98, but slides off him a bit. 18 is getting around him. The 98 hit the wall coming to the start-finish line.
He's still on his tail, though.
Yeah, he's still, but like you said it, overdriving that entrance. He overdrove that entrance, and look at how much ground he lost. They've got 3 laps to go. Oh, the 18! The 18 spins around turn 2. The 98 gets around him. Can the 98 hold off the lead? Oh, man, I'm sure he wished that lead was a little bigger.
Hopefully this 88 knows these guys are coming.
Oh, gosh. Last thing I want to see is that 88 in the grass. He does. He keeps it clean. All right. Although I do think that made the 98 a little more cautious. 98 is spinning a bit. 18 got in his bumper. He held it. What a move. Oh, man. It's a great battle. Uh-oh. Let's see. Is he going to get through there?
Looks like Boston was drifting around that turn.
Yeah. Down and Out's having a hard time settling that car down. But he does. He catches it right in time. They're crossing the start-finish line, getting 2 to go. Next time will be white flag. 18 really drives down there on turn 1, gets on the rumble strip, loosens him up. If he was able to hold that, that would have been a crazy looking turn 2. Got to remember to slow down for this turn. This turn is very easy to get into that grass, and the 98 does. The 18 had a great braking point. 98 does a great job saving it and catching that momentum on the outside. This is another corner where you got to brake in time. Don't overdrive this one. Great turn by the 98. 18 a little faster. 18 getting up into him, going into the S's. 98 didn't try and drive it hard. If he did, he would have been in the grass. This 18 is killing him on these corners.
Looks like the 18's a little faster than him right now, Nick.
I agree, War. He
Most
is,
definitely.
but every bump that he gets from that 18, the 98's able to recover. You know, he's like a cinder block out there, man. He's glued down. He's not spinning out. This
Yeah, I
eight,
would have been spinning out probably
oh
about
yeah,
an hour ago.
yo, right? These guys are doing a great job. It's 98. Oh, would my heart be racing if I was this dude? One to go.
Oh man, first win of the season. Oh man.
One to go. He's got a nice gap on that leader, or on the second place. I've been wanting to go look through the field, but I don't want to miss anything up here, man.
It seems to be where most of the action is.
Yeah.
Definitely for this win here. It's been close. These two have been real close all evening. Uh,
Yeah, I can't get
it
off
looks like
the.
it's going to be a close finish.
Oh no,
Oh,
the
98 to
98
grass.
overdrove it. Oh, that he had all that gap too. That is not what he
I'm
wanted to
guessing the
happen.
nerves might have got to him a little bit there.
That is
That's my
too
guess.
bad. That's too bad. He had such a nice lead over that 18. The 18 can easily have a mishap though. It happens
At
real
18, he
easily.
just needs
The
to
18
roll off that
up
throttle
the
and take it
track.
easy.
Yeah, yeah, because he's got a substantial lead right now, and the 18 is real good through the section. Although that last corner, many of his laps around that last left-hand corner, he has gone up into the sand trap. If he tries to overdrive this left-hand turn coming up right here, he could go into the sand. But that was the cleanest one I saw. Winner,
And
again, Boston Strong. Oh, man, that poor
unswept.
down and out, man. Overdriving the corner.
Hand that guy the broom.
That's right. He got both wins tonight. Congratulations to Boston Strong at this Mid-Ohio race. We got Down and Out finishing second, who led most of the race. Third, Flux. We were talking about him, who's doing a great job holding it. Getting better. Then we have Shaft Nation fourth, Harvick fifth, Grand Poppy sixth, and seventh is Dale Jr. Fan. Wow, let's see if we can get both these guys in here right now as I go blue screen. I'm gonna try and get Boston in here, and we'll get Down and Out as well. What a finish that was. I'm sure the 18 wanted to win on a different note, where it was, a little bump and run, but all right, here we have the second place finisher, Down and Out race, and man, we couldn't stay off your car. Great
Yeah,
job
man.
by you. I'm sorry that happened, but you were holding off that 18 like no other, man. Way to go.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now after that little mishap?
A little upset, but it's all right. He ran me good all race. Give me a little bumps there a couple times, but it was all good. It was hard racing, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah, well, you did a great job, man. War, you got anything to say to our second place finisher?
No, I have nothing to say. I just want to, just say congratulations. You guys raced good and clean.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, one thing that War did say during that race was how well of a job you're doing keeping your cool with a guy like Boston Strong right on your tail. You ran extremely consistent line, and really awesome job by you. It's too bad you had that little mishap, but you got a long season to go. Good job, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
And good stage win too up there. That was great.
Thanks.
So we have Boston in here again. Gotta talk to this guy. Just kidding,
Oh
Boston.
man, I didn't want to talk to him again.
Awesome job, Boston. How did you feel going up against Down and Out, man? You had your work cut
That was a
out.
blast.
You had your work cut out.
Yeah, credit to Bobby. He are down and out now. He had a really good car. He had a really his car was better on the beginning of a run. I was just too loose. Tried wedge adjustments to tighten it up, but I just couldn't get the tires to stick. I was better off on old tires. That's when I started being able to run them down. It looks like towards the end of the run for him, he was just getting his back end was coming loose on him. But Bobby's a great guy. He's very professional. We had a great race. I was hoping he would have held that turn. We could have raced it before the end of it, but it was all in all a good race, and I enjoyed being able to come down and race with these guys. It was a blast.
Yeah, you did a heck of a job there, man. And there was this one spot that we saw where you kind of hit the grass, then came back down into the 98, ruffled him up a bit, but you did a very sportsmanship like move by letting off, saying, "Hey, that was an accident. Let's keep going." That was nice to see. I hope these other drivers kind of learn from that.
Yeah, well, like I've always said, and Nick, you can contest to it. That's how we run our team.
Yeah.
Um, I race them the same way that I expect them to race me, and I hope Bobby knew that. I think he does know that that's not how I race. I didn't mean to have that happen. When I hit the grass, I just couldn't stop.
Well, we could tell
So
right
and
away. We could tell right away. I'm
yeah,
sure.
I
And we even
mean,
said that. We were even saying like Bobby or down and out. He knew. He knew right then.
yeah, I mean, and I know he did the same thing for me on a couple of parts. So um, that's just racing. It was good, clean racing stuff, and I would rather have more fun doing what we did there than me just leaving them. It was really fun. We was able to catch each other and get away from each other. One of us would mess up, one of us would not. We would just keep pushing it hard. Um, it was really cool. It was cool. It was very respectful of how the lap down cars was able to get out, stay out of our way. Um, it's a really good group of guys down this way. I think Bobby's going to be up in the big series contesting somebody else's job pretty soon. But all in all, it was a good night. Had a blast.
Yeah, yeah. He did a great job being consistent, even with you, a guy like you in the rearview mirror. Good job by you. Good job by all the drivers. We did see a lot of guys improve throughout that race. Do you think a little more practice would have helped with with the other drivers?
Well, I mean, you can practice yourself to death. Yeah, practice helps, but you can practice yourself to death, and it just depends on the outcome of the race. I think a lot of it is these guys are still trying to get used to racing with each other. Where this is a developmental series, there's a lot of guys in there that probably could have had some better finishes, but a lot of guys just don't like road course racing, and I think that's part of it too.
Yeah,
That's what makes road coursing fun too. It brings guys that like Bobby may have not been able to win a race at another track, but come up here and dominate and just fall short at the end.
yeah,
But I think every one of them learned some. I think practice probably could have helped a little bit more for them all. But all in all, running both races tonight, caution free, other than your stage cautions, that's about all you'd expect out of a group.
yeah. That's right. Well, hey man, thanks for coming down into the Pro Series for Elevated Racing Group and running for that number 18 of Matt 211. I'm sure he's real happy with your finishes tonight. So thanks again for joining. Hey War, man, thanks for talking to me. Titans, talking to you for the first one with Big D's. Unfortunate that he fell out, but I had a good time talking to you, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure. I would definitely look forward into, being back in the broadcast booth,
I'm sure you'd be happy to be back in one of those Xfinity cars too, whooping some
Oh
tail.
yeah, you get me one of those every once in a while, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Well, hey, again, to all who've participated in the race, the broadcast, and especially anyone that was able to take a look at the live feed, really appreciate it. Elevated Racing Group, it was a really good time. Great to get the ball rolling on league racing. So we hope everyone has a wonderful Friday night, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.